We have 5 sets of scales on the MMPI-3. The first are the validity scales. These are the scales that tell us how the individual approached the test and how much confidence we can place in the results to give us a good indication of their psychological functioning. The remaining scales we refer to as substantive scales, and they're organized in a hierarchical structure. At the broadest level, we have our 3 higher order scales. These are scales that give us the big picture of whether and to what extent a test taker presented with certain types of dysfunction when responding to the MMPI-3. At the second tier of measurement among the substantive scales, we have the restructured clinical scales. These are modified versions of the RC scales that were first introduced in 2003. So these scales have been in use for quite some time, and we're able to build on that experience and the research base in developing interpretive guidelines for the RC scales. At the third, most narrowly focused tier of measurement, we have the specific problems scales. These are the scales that drill down into the very specific types of concerns, symptoms of psychopathology, problematic personality characteristics or behavioral tendencies that are likely to characterize the individual. We also have a separate set of scales called the Psy-5, or the Personality Psychopathology 5 scales. These are scales that were developed for the MMPI-2 based on a model of personality psychopathology that was first introduced by Alan Harkness and John McNulty, who've updated the Psy-5 scales for the MMPI-3. So by integrating information from all of these sets of scales, we're able to gain a very comprehensive picture of the test taker's psychological functioning.